So in terms of you guys, it's going to be a bit of a serious topic here, I'd sort of say. And it's going to be about Dragon Ball Legends, right? Obviously. And if it's dying or not, right? Now, this video is going to be a bit of, I guess you say a bit of a rant video, but it's also going to have a lot of feedback from a lot of players and what they do change the game, stuff like that as well. But we have got some like statistics here as well that I want to bring up just to sort of show, like, to prove my point here. Now, as you can see here, thanks to Epic here for actually showing this here, this does show the revenue of Dragon Ball Legends in Japan. So global, I'm not too sure what the revenue is. I'll have to look more into that later. But Japan's mainly the main focus here, which does seem a bit weird because obviously it is a global game or international game. But typically Dragon Ball likes to focus more on the Japan side, whether how good that's doing. Obviously they care for global as well, but Dragon Ball games, gacha games are more designed for the Japanese market, right? Because it's very competitive. Now, as you can see here, it has got from 2018 all the way to 2024. And it does, go up and down quite a fair bit. As you can see there, 2019 was probably one of the best, well, as you can see there, the best selling there, 10.2 billion. But then we get to, we go down the line here, it does drop a fair bit to 5.9 billion to 5.5. This is yen, so I'm not too sure on the typical conversion. But as you can see there, from 2022, we did really well again, 7.8, 2023, 6.6, and then all of a sudden we're down to 5.6, right? So you can see the gradual increase. We're not, I don't want to say gradual, it's actually quite a fair bit, decrease, sorry, a fair bit of a decrease there, which is worrying, I would say a fair bit. And there's a few reasons because of that as well. Obviously, with Beast Gohan, we didn't actually get top grossing with him, right? Which is obviously a bit of a shock because obviously Beast Gohan is very, a very hype unit, right? Now, I do personally think probably MUI Goku might have been a little bit better choice. But Beast Gohan is still obviously very hype, right? Every Gohan unit usually is pretty hype in Legends, Super Saiyan 2 Gohan also got early on in the year, that was pretty hype. They didn't get top grossing either. But there's a few things I want to bring up first before we go into what the community want changed. There's a few things I think which do matter for Legends, which is why we're actually not getting top grossing. Now, one of them is Ultra Banners, right? Now, obviously, Ultra Banners don't, we don't usually get them quite a fair bit. The last time we got was Majin Vegeta, which was, what, a few weeks ago now? But Ultra Banners, to me, a lot of people typically like to skip them, unless it is like a Beast Gohan or something really hype, right? Now, I've talked about this before, but since this is a rant video, and I'm hoping the Legends developers do actually see this, I really want to prove why a lot of these banners need to be changed, especially Ultra Banners, right? Now, don't get me wrong, Ultra units are usually the best in the game when they release, they're really good, stuff like that, that's fine, right? But the rest of the banner is usually trash. Now, Piccolo's, this is probably one of the better, better banners in terms of featured units. You have got a fair good selection, except Corley's just trash. But it isn't too bad, right? Now, the big thing that I want to point out is, which I guess, depending how you look at it, could impact Legends revenue. But for me, I think it's going to improve it, not decrease it, right? And that's pity, right? Now, again, I've talked about this several times on videos. I've mentioned it several times. You can go thousands and thousands of CC on this banner and get nothing in return, right? For example, I've gone about 100 and whatever K, 100 and, I want to say like 130 something K CC on this banner. And my Gohan's only 2 stars, right? And the other units I've pulled a few times as well, other LFs. But yet again, I'm a wow, I've already got these units done. Except Orange Piccolo, that was a pretty big win. Getting him nearly done. But the point I'm making is, I've got 2 Beast Gohans and they amount of CC, right? Now, if I spent on an an LF banner here, there's much more things I could get, right? Now, the banner's obviously better in terms of LFs and other featured units, but yeah, pity, right? 50 coins, I get Goku for free. Well, not for free, but I get Goku guaranteed, right? Or I can get LFZ power. I think it's like 30 medals for 6 LFZ power, right? The Ultra banner, I spend that amount of CC and I'm getting nothing in return, right? Now, I'm getting these red tickets here, which I will show what the red tickets are used for. Now, I've actually used a fair bit of mine up just because they're just going straight to my gift box. But this is all it does, right? These are all the LFs you get. That's it. No LFZ pad, nothing like that. You go in the other section, right? Zenny. That's all I've been using mine for, is for Zenny. And, for a premium ticket, I'm going to put in brackets, premium ticket. That's, pretty disregarding. When you think about it, these tickets may be really good. and I'm getting nothing in return, right? And when you think about it, I'm only getting these tickets summoning on these Ultra Banners, right? So the reward I'm getting is practically nothing. So when you look at it that way, I can see why a lot of whales, typically on Legends, typically don't like to go that far because they just can't be bothered, right? And they show like a huge content creator. I don't recommend falling starring a unit on any Ultra Banner. LF Banners, perfectly fine with, because like I said, you're getting more rewards out of that. But these trashy Ultra Banners, you're not getting anything in return, right? Now, I do think Legends' choices of picks this year were a bit mediocre as well. You know, and I think that might have obviously decreased their revenue. LF Banners, I don't really have a problem with. They're pretty good. I really like these LF Banners. That's why I always recommend people, if you're going to summon, I'd rather do it on these banners than Ultra Beast Going Banner or any Ultra Banner, just because I don't see any point in it. But, like I said before, if you do really like the unit, go right ahead. It's just my suggestion is skip, save for an LF Banner, stuff like that, right? Now, I guess we'll talk about what the community wants to change, right? And, you know, we'll have a look at that. We'll go through it all. I'll give my thoughts about it. And then I'll give my final thoughts. But like I said, my main problem with Legends at the moment is probably Ultra Banners and PvP. I think PvP is a big deal at the moment as well. But we'll check what everyone says. I did make a post on Twitter, so we'll go through that. Stuff like that. Alright, so here's a post here. Let's have a look what people got, right? So I think there is a few comments on this. This might take a little bit longer than expected, but that's perfectly fine, right? I wanted the video to be like this. So, as you can see here, we got better animation for free play units, better summon animations, better Rising Rush animation, change the Ultra Banner, multiple Zenkai or items in a week, more PvE events, change the percentage drop, and change the item system, which I pretty much agree with all that. Better animations for free play units. I'm not really too concerned about that part because they are free to play, so they're not really too worried about that because they're not making any money off of it. But it would be good, right? Some animations as well, I 100% agree with. I don't know why they're very hesitant on some animations. You know, to me, it makes sense to actually update them fairly, like, you know, especially during Legends Fest, you know, anniversary, update them more, right? I don't see the point why they're hiding it back or delaying it. Very weird, right? Rising Rush animation, not really too worried about either. Ultra Banners, 100% agree with. Multiple Zenkais, yeah, I can see that. Even if they do, like, I don't want to say paid, but if they do like a summonable unit and also free play unit Zenkai in a week or something, or 2 weeks, perfectly fine with that. More PvE content, which I 100% agree with as well. I don't know why we don't have more of that. I get the game's more of PvP, but PvE is important as well. Change the item system as well, I'm not really too sure about that. I mean, they could, but I don't think that's quite as important, right? Everything about the equipment system, the amount of souls need to be the same. Yeah, I agree with that as well. You know, I mean, the equipment system's definitely a lot better than what it used to be, but it could obviously deal with a few changes here and there to make it a bit better. Then it released a lot more release more units, max tags in a year, focus on select few. Okay, so release more units, okay, I get that. Yeah, I can sort of see that, yeah. They definitely need to improve more on the, like, you know, on the variety of units to drop. I get it's going to be different for this year, or why it was different for this year and a bit of like next year as well, because of Dime, but that's perfectly understandable. But they sort of have to focus on more of the game and not quite the advertisement and money they get from Dynamo, right? But yeah, that is definitely a good idea. They need to release more units constantly. And we've got here, increasing the cap in free play CC. Yeah, 100% agree with that. I don't know why they've actually capped it for free play CC. I think for paid now, you can get the 200k CC, which is good. But at the same time, why not increase that for overall for free play as well? That doesn't quite make sense to me. Second would be change more on Ultras and Ultra Banners. I mean, the Master Pack 1 and 2, I don't think they're going to change too much, because that's more, like, based on new players to the game. More balanced characters, like Beast Gohan. Yeah, I agree with that. More balanced characters. I'm not too worried about overpowered characters, as long as they're not, like, mega overpowered. The devs need to take community feedback seriously. I do know they do take it fairly seriously on the feedback, but I guess it depends on what they're allowed to do. Because obviously, with Legends, even though it is their own game, they have gacha rules they got to stick by, and that's so some rules they might not be able to change, or they might have to wait for less restrictions to apply or stuff like that. So depending on the feedback, they might be very hesitant to change. But I agree to that. They need to make it a little more seriously. Final thing is just stop reprinting old banners and add the 1% spark. Yeah, I agree with that as well. That's just pretty lazy, in my opinion, for them to do that. But yeah, like I said, there could be something to do with the gacha rules and stuff like that. I'm not too sure. Better ultra rates. I do agree with that, obviously. Good Zenkai kits. Actual action against those that already make PvP on whichever that is. Yeah, I agree with that. Like I said, like some of these changes might seem very little, but they're such a big deal when you change it. Like, it will make the game way better. Especially better ultra rates. So it makes something on these banners way more, stress relieving for me, well, and other people or something. PvP changes. Have a separate mode that doesn't allow the players rush there. Yeah, they should probably do that. I'm assuming the reason why they can't is because they gotta have more servers, which I guess is fair enough, but if the players need it, then why not do it, right? Units, I think, should go back to releasing 3 ultras a year. Not sure if they do that or not. I mean, they could do that, but I think they'll lose a lot of money doing that, so they probably won't do that. But I can sort of see why releasing 3 ultras a year would be better, because they can focus more on making the unit really good. But at the same time, you're looking at money terms. Are they going to lose a lot of money? Probably, but it would make the game a little bit better, I think. Any more characters that nullify it? The ultras should be turned down a bit. I mean, ultras are always going to make very good just because they are the top rarity and they're the hardest to get. So they're going to make them obviously pretty good or pretty busted, depending on who it is. Zenkai should be changed completely. Okay, it's a new one. Mediocre Zenkai through the years. Solid 1%. But I mean, yeah, I can agree to that. I do think Zenkai's, they don't have to be like mega busted, depending on who it is. If it's like a 1% sparking, make them as good as 1% sparking that dropped, if it's good or not. But if it's like an LF Zenkai, make it as good as the current LFs, right? Make it that sort of contender so you can actually run them. Or make them apart, yeah, like I basically said, yeah. I do agree, they do need to change Zenkais a little bit or make them way better than what they are. New stamp sheets for major celebrations, so I'm assuming that's your daily stamp, which I agree with. More ways to get CC, increase the amount of CC for your play. Yeah, we talked about that. Guild update, that's... your guess is as good as mine. I would assume it'd be happening soon. You know, Legends Fest seems like a perfect time to drop it, but... who knows, right? It's going to be like the dungeon update. If you guys remember the dungeon update, that was... I don't know when they announced that, but we've never got that, so I'm not really too focused on the guild update. They do need to drop it. Will it happen? I can't tell you. I just really don't know. Change the banner format and add some sort of pity system to it. For ultra banners, yes, I 100% agree with. LF banners, I'm perfectly fine how they are. More ways to obtain CC, more balanced units. So basically we talked about before. Yeah, so... yeah, I think more PvE events definitely going to help out the game a lot more. And definitely more balanced units. But like I said, I am happy with a few broken units here and there. As long as it's not mega broken sort of thing. More unique playstyles, unique characters. Can Master Race can actually destroy the boon. Like I said before, Legends is restricted on what they can do. Because when you think about destroying the moon, they got to look at graphics wise. Can most phones handle it? If not, is it a good idea to have it, because you could add it, right? And some phones looks really good, but then destroying the moon on other phones might look really trash, right? So it all depends on the graphics and stuff like that. That might be very heavily restricted to, which is, from my knowledge, why they can't have playable giant characters, right? Because same thing, most phones can't handle that. Could be changed now. I could be wrong, but from what I'm aware of, there's a lot of restrictions with that. Reduced power creep make the game more free-play friendly. 100% agree with that. More frequent events of CC. Raise free-play cap to 50 instead of 20k. Better side banners. Yeah, so basically we talked about before, right? It's pretty much like, it may seem like little details some of these are, but like I said, it will make such a big deal, especially like more events of CC. That's such a huge big deal, and increasing the cap, that's a must. Unity, okay, this is interesting. So Unity, either Sandland Ultra or Revival, LF Super Saiyan, sort of Trunks. I mean, yeah, they could do that. I'm not sure if they'll help the game as such, but it would be pretty cool seeing an LF like that. 2 Pity for Ultra Banners or better rates, like 5%. Yeah, I agree with that. It needs to be increased. Co-op, exchange item, image adapt for reference. Okay, so you get 50 coins now. Okay, yeah, they could do that. Yeah. If I can make a campaign concept of 2, I'd like to see either a game originals campaign or a Vegeta Clan campaign. Which, yeah, they need to do either of them. Update lots of units on free banners and ultra banners to include. Yeah, I agree with that as well. Another unit concept here. I mean, the units I might do a separate video. I think for unit concepts. Actually, I think I'll do that. Actually, I think it's pretty good idea. Biggest thing to me is the banners need to be revamped at this point. Not just ultra banners, even these major celebration and lift banners. They don't seemingly put that much of a value on these banners enough anymore. I mean, like I said, ultra banners I agree with. LF banners, depending on what it is, I agree. Typically Legends Fest and Anniversary, the units are usually typically good on the banners. But I can see your point there as well. They need to change them a little bit more. Pity on Ultra banners, updated lineup and Legends tickets as well, which we talked about before. Let's just see in exchange shops. More through missions and events. I'm a little bit hesitant on that. I can sort of see why, but PvP battle system overall update. Remove CC cap for ban minimum. Yeah, I agree with that as well. Better characters release schedule. Don't throw 17. I mean, like I said, the Margin Boost Saga stuff, I'm not really too concerned about, because they will change that next year, obviously. But since it's Daima, they're going to heavily sort of support that. Add identity to battle types. Amount of the unit shouldn't disrupt. Yeah, I agree with that as well. Generate green cards over counter. Gauge at the same time. Yeah, that'd be pretty good change as well, actually. And what else we got? We got a few more, looks like. End up sounding pretty stupid, but since they don't investigate, I want to see a Legends Limited Broly returns. Okay, this is just, I guess it is concepts. I mean, these do look pretty good, I'll give it that, but at the same time, I'm not sure if this will mega help the game, but it is cool, right? Like I said, I will make a separate video talking about Legends concepts, which I'll do in a separate video. But it does look really good, right? These concepts do look pretty interesting. We got here, so more frequent surveys or some way of communicating to the community. So there will be, I should mention this now, there will be one coming up probably, I want to say the end of Legends Fest, so start of next year sometime. So with the survey, please everyone leave your honest thoughts about it. Don't be too rough about it, obviously, but be very honest on what you want to change, right? Don't make stuff too silly, but be honest on what you want to change, because that will help out the game a fair bit. Goku Black being ignored. Yeah, Goku Black does need to be fixed. I don't know whether who designed him. And yeah, I agree with that as well. Ultra Fantasy Pity, we talked about that. Yeah, like, Ultra Banners do need to be changed, because like I said, for free play units, it's just mega disappointing to summon on. We need more balanced units, we talked about that already. PvP is more enjoyable, they released a good unit that's not too broken, talked about that as well. Add more summon animations, it is pretty sure they don't have any more. Yeah, completely agree with that. I'm not too sure why they're so restricted on summon animations. It's very, very weird. Remove counter gauges, all of them. Yeah, I could agree to that. It can be pretty annoying. Or add more units that can sort of remove counter gauges. I think that would make it better as well. So it looks like that's it, which all of them have been really good. You know, all these are really good changes. It's pretty much covered exactly what I wanted to talk about, so yeah, that looks like it's going to be it. So yeah, like I said, I hope Legends does see this, or at least the developers do see this, because we do need a few changes, especially if you want to make more revenue. Obviously, we do need to make pretty big changes to the game. May not seem like a big deal to the developers, but for the community, as you can see, it does obviously mean a big deal for us, right? But that'll be it for today's video, guys. Thanks to everyone here as well who did comment on what they like change, stuff like that as well. It does mean a lot. Like I said, I will probably do a Legends concept video where you usually leave your unit concepts down below, and I'll go through them, stuff like that. But I'll probably do that maybe in about a week time, do another community video talking about that. But yeah, that'll be it for today's video, guys. If you guys like this video and you want to see more of these type of rant videos or community videos, leave a like and subscribe, or comment what you want to see next. And yeah, I'll see you all in the next one.